GM, GM. So obviously the Nvidia conference starts on Monday, and that's going to be a big, uh, a big event for AI. Typically, when you have these big conferences, after a sector is super hype and the underlying asset has gone crazy, right? Which Nvidia obviously has since its lows in October 2022, from trough to peak, it went up 9x, which for a stock is crazy. And even now, currently, it's sitting back at 700%, about 8x returns from the lows. Just this year alone, just 2024, you can see it's up about basically doubled this year. And so a lot of people are like, is this sell the news? Is the conference going to be the top? I think there's a couple of things. One, that might have been the opportunity that insiders took to dump before the conference. It was quite a while ago, though. Right? That's a full week before, so I'm not sure. The thing I said this yesterday in trading analysis, and I think it's pretty valid. The stock market's not open on the weekends, right? The conference starts on Monday, so I would have expected that if insiders were going to try and racing for the exits to dump before the event because they think it's sell the news, we would have seen a weak Friday, but we didn't. We actually had a slightly green Friday, but just really a consolidation after the sell-off. Still holding at the bands, and overall not looking too bad. So, excuse me, I see that as a slight positive. It tells me that insiders were not rushing to exit before Monday. Whether that means we're going to have a bullish rally around the AI event or not, I don't know. But it's certainly better than it dumping on Friday. So then we look at coins. Render, really nice. Like really nice reversal on Render. Swept out those lows, right? Go to the lower time frame. So I'm long Render. I'm long Render and I'm long Fetch. Got long on both of them in this shakeout yesterday as it was coming back up. It was probably, when did I actually get long? I got long around, it was somewhere in here. Yeah. It was after the shakeout. It was here. It was about 10, 11, 12 p.m. UTC, because it was after that reversal on the hourly when we saw some consolidation back inside and I saw Bitcoin strength, started to get long Render and Fetch. I can find the exact entries. Let me open up Bybit just to be fully clear with it. But I posted in trading analysis whenever I did it. So Render, I'm long from 10.57. 10.57. Where's 10.57? It's basically on that line. So I'm long Render from there. Let's just put a green line on it. Fetch. I'm long from... Fetch doesn't have like anyone speaking at the conference. Render does, but so does Near. I'm going to talk about Near in a second. Fetch, I'm long from 2.64. So Fetch is actually slightly in the red, and Render is looking stronger. So regardless, the weekend offers, setups or offers a bit of choppy price action, I guess. I don't know if it's going to rip today on Saturday. Maybe it will if people are really trying to front run it. But I would expect to see on the lower time frames some kind of messy and choppy Saturday, Sunday action, right? And then maybe it takes off from there. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a bit of volatility both ways. My invalidation on both trades is obviously here. I don't think Fetch is going to take those lows, although it's obviously more likely to take those lows than Render is. I do think that Render is pretty strong here and solid. You can see traders are stepping in to bid it. The 4-hour bands are about to turn green again. After being green, then red, then green, then red. That's a good setup. You saw that on the Sol BTC chart on a daily, but it works on all time frames. When I say works, everything is just probabilities. And then the other one I had in mind was Near. So Near actually had a really nice reversal there after showing some consolidation below the 50, 100, and 200. So it was below the 100 EMA. I'll take off the bands for now. It had a little trap below the 100 EMA and has popped back up above it, which I quite like. Right, it was looking bearish, but there's clearly support there. 3 taps at those lows, has popped back up. So I think near is probably, I haven't decided yet. If I do it, I'll tell you. I might swap my fetch for near because near and render are the two that have speakers, right? So if we look at the GTC, you can see here that at the conference you've got bum, 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 bum. I mean, it's going to take me fucking forever. There's too many different things, but I think if you put in here, you'll see it. Keynote, what's next in general? Transforming AI here. So it's on Wednesday. Ilya, the co-founder of Near, speaks. Right, so that's the first one where there's a crypto founder directly speaking at it. Then you've got Render, which is going to be here. Jules Urbach. That's on Wednesday as well. So Jules Urbach is the CEO of Otoy, but he's also, which is like I think it's the parent company of Render blockchain. So, a Render network. They're the two. I'm long Fetch and Render, but I might swap Fetch for Near. Depends how price action develops. I'm not going to do much for the next few hours. I'm going to let most of Saturday just play out and see what happens, and then I'll decide to size up if I think it's appropriate. If too many people start getting long over the weekend, expecting the AI conference to be bullish, it might end up being a damp squib. But for now, Render seems to be in good shape. And where would I say it going from here? Well, if it has a really big move, it had a really nice reversal, swept all that out, I could just see a new high. And for me, trading the conference, if I saw Render just making a high, making it even to 13 or just above $13, I'd just take profit there. I'm long from 10.50. I'll try compound it and I'll just exit there. I don't care if it goes fucking to $20 or whatever. This is just short-term trade around the actual AI event. Last thing, Akash. I haven't looked at it this morning, but a really nice, just a mega fucking daily candle. What a nice reversal that is from AKT. And that's, to me, a really strong sign that this doesn't want to go lower yet. But what this is setting up nicely, especially if it makes a new high, if AKT is able to make a new high, I think that yesterday's low becomes the first area you're looking at for support on a dump, right? Because that level has shown to be strong support. If we do go higher, I'll be looking at that level first. So that's great. That's really, really promising. Talked about it on stream yesterday or 2 days ago, whenever it was. I think it was yesterday, about how when I was on stream, it was down here and it was red and it looked bad. And I was like, but that's how things always look before they pump, right? And got a nice reversal. So we'll see. The AKT guys are going to be at the conference. They're just sponsoring a booth, right? No speakers or nothing, but they're going to be there. So I'm sure there'll be plenty of content. And yeah, if you're holding AI coins, you know where to look next week. Watch the conference. Watch the reactions to coins with the context of the conference, right? BitTensor had a nice potentially reversal candle there. WorldCoin, everyone's going to have their eyes on WorldCoin because it's like, the Sam Altman affiliated coin, but looks like shit to me right now. Akash looks good. Ocean, okay. Fetch, AGIX, okay. Clore, pretty nice. GPT, not great. Filecoin, not great. Render, obviously strong. Theta, which is sort of semi-related to AI. Yeah, there we go. So I think Fetch, or Render is the best. It's the strongest in terms of the ones I'm trading. AKT obviously looks great, but I'm not trading that. I'm just holding it. Fetch looks okay. Near looks potentially nice, and they're the two with the speakers. So it's probably where I'll focus my attention going into next week. GM, GM, GM.